Our wildlife pond with a built-in hibernaculum by UK Amphibians and All Things Wildlife. Part 20. It's the 20th of March 2023. It's 1 AM in the morning and it's the first day of spring. Here's another lovely breeding pair of common frogs. And here's another one in the pond too, another lovely pair of common frogs. Here's the brand new clump of frog spawn that we showed you yesterday morning in the in part 19 video, and as you can see there's a few newts hanging around the frog spawn. As you might guess already, or if you don't know, the newts will be trying to eat the frog spawn. Unfortunately, this is what the newts do, but it's only the way, part of nature, where they survive. And if you watch closely enough, you can see them biting at the newly forming tadpoles in the frog spawn. You might not like it, guys, but this is just part of nature. The newts will eat the frog spawn and the baby tadpoles as they grow, but if you just imagined if they didn't eat the frog spawn and the tadpoles, we would be overrun with baby froglets by the end of the season. So things work their way out naturally in life, and this is part of life. Unfortunately, they will eat the frog spawn and they will eat the tadpoles, and we just have to leave it as it is. Hence why frogs lay so much frog spawn. They do this because they need to do this, so they do have a certain amount of tadpoles that survive and grow into baby froglets. So obviously, with the amount of frog spawn laid in our pond, there will be thousands of tadpoles that do survive and don't get eaten. So they will grow into baby froglets. Then the next step from being baby froglets, they've got to survive what other predators they may have on the travels to growing older. So it does balance itself out naturally in life. And as mentioned, you don't get overrun with frogs, baby frogs, because they would eat all our insects as well. So it's just the way nature happens and the way nature works itself out. Also, as the frogs are all starting to lay frog spawn now, the newts are doing the same thing in the pond and laying plenty of eggs, which you can see as we go around the pond. There's some nice large females hanging about near the plants where they will lay a single egg and curl it up on the leaves of the plants. There's actually quite a few newt larvae still in the pond from last year. It's got quite large now as the newt larvae, so it should be getting ready to come out of the pond really soon, with the weather starting to warm up. If you watched my earlier videos on the pond tours, you'll have seen the newt larvae survive in the freezing cold weather, but even when the pond was frozen over. Here we have a lovely male common toad, bufo. Looks like he's making his way to the wildlife pond so he can find a female to breed with this year. You can tell he's a male if you just see his thumbnails. They're quite dark and brown, and this is a good sign to prove he's a male. This is our lovely dragonfly perch that we've built since we first made the pond. It was actually Joel Ashton from Wild Your Garden that gave us this idea, and it actually works perfect. You can just see a lovely female newt under the water. Looks like she's trying to lay some eggs on the leaves there. Also a lovely pair of breeding common frogs, and if you look close enough you can see a male palmate newt fanning his tail, which is the courting behaviour to attract females, so he can breed with the females, then she will lay the eggs on the plants. The daffodils are starting to flower nicely around the edge of the pond, with it being spring. Here's another male frog waiting for a female frog so he can breed with her. Here's another entrance that the frogs and newts and toads use to get into the hibernaculum. As mentioned before, if you haven't seen how we built our hibernaculum around the edge of the pond, if you check our videos out, it will be in part 1 where we show you how we actually build the full pond and its hibernaculum. The hibernaculum area here is what we're showing you with the gaps at the side of the sandstone around the edge of the pond. So in more detail, if you follow part 1 after this video, it will show you exactly how we build the amazing wildlife pond. Since walking around the pond, doing the pond tour, it looks like more newts have come around the frog spawn to feed on it. In this picture here you can see a large female newt and the male newt is behind it, so he will be trying to court with it to obviously fertilise her eggs, so then she can obviously lay some eggs which will hatch this year into newt larvae. Here's a close-up view of a female palmate newt smelling out the eggs of the frog spawn, in which she will probably start eating some as well, as she has just done there, if you noticed. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, guys, make sure you do as it's March and it's breeding season, and you'll be seeing plenty more videos of the frogs laying frog spawn, the newts laying eggs, the toads coming back once again this year. So make sure you click the subscribe button, guys, and hit the notification button, and also if you leave us a comment below too, we can get back to you and answer any questions you may need. It's the 20th of March 2023 at 7:30 AM in the morning, and today is the first day of spring. And to our surprise, this morning the frogs have laid another lovely clump of frog spawn, which, as you can see, it first sinks down into the pond, and then as it matures it rises to the pond like the clump on the left, which is a day older than this clump that's at the bottom of the water at the minute, which will soon rise to the top. So it's looking like the frog spawning of the frogs is starting to happen. Also, as you can see, it's raining, and this does help the frogs spawn massively around the pond. It helps trigger them breed, which you will see in my future videos from this one. I hope you enjoy watching part 20, everyone. Part 21 will be out in the next few days. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like and comment on all our videos, and don't forget to subscribe to see more amazing content like this by UK amphibians and all things wildlife today.